It's nearly time for more cards to be revealed and my Keleseth lore isn't done yet. It is on the way, got a couple of pages done, but we need more lore, right? Whatever, you're gonna get it. Here are a few more card predictions, some legendary, some not, based on your comments. A quick note before we begin, I won't be doing card designs here since mine suck. Custom content designers also found them a bit frustrating and I'm not making these videos to frustrate people. The cards will have a little lore fact on them to make them look a little more complete. Let's kick things off with a legendary which you guys didn't suggest, just so we get it out of the way. Though there were a few Ragnaros the Ice Lord suggestions. So you kinda did suggest it. If the recent event in Hearthstone is anything to go by, we may see Own the Frost Lord make a legendary appearance. He isn't connected lore-wise to Icecrown, but there is certainly a hell of a lot of frost in the area, so I can see why the Hearthstone team would add him. Own is connected to World of Warcraft's Midsummer Fire Festival, a unique dungeon encounter around this time with some unique loot. Various cloaks, the Death Frost enchantment which can cause spells and strikes to deal additional frost damage, and once a day players will be rewarded with a satchel after defeating the Lord, which could have the Frost Scythe of Own within. Own is a servant of the Elemental Lord Neptulon, and around the time of Midsummer, the Twilight's Hammer looked to bring Own to the physical world, ripping him from his home in the elemental plane. The cult sought to pit Own against Ragnaros, sparking an elemental war that would ravage the world of Azeroth and bring the Hammer one step closer to their ultimate aim of bringing about the end times. Muradin Bronzebeard seems to be the card suggested most. Both his brothers, Magni and Bran, have made appearances. Now acting as the Bronzebeard representative on the Council of Three Hammers, Ironforge's ruling body, he was once presumed dead. While exploring Northrend looking for the mythic blade Frostmourne, Muradin bumped into Arthas. The two were good friends, the dwarf having taught Arthas how to wield a weapon. Muradin would aid Arthas hunt down who he thought was the creator of the undead scourge, Mal'Ganis the Dreadlord. When Arthas took up the blade Frostmourne to defeat Mal'Ganis, the shattering of the ice around the sword gravely wounded Muradin. For years it was presumed the middle child of the Bronzebeard siblings was dead. In fact, Muradin awoke with total amnesia and was rescued by a group of Frostborn dwarves, later becoming their king. When reunited with his brothers, Muradin's memory would return, and he would be a key player in the attack on Icecrown's citadel. There is a lot more to this dwarf's tale, but that's how he relates to the upcoming expansion. Let's calm it down with the legendaries for a moment, and cover a couple more basic cards you guys came up with. We could see Hearthstone's first Banshee make an appearance in Knights. While Sylvanas used to be a Banshee and is known as the Banshee Queen, she is somewhat different, having reconnected her spirit with her physical body. Banshees were once Night Elven women brutally slaughtered by the demons of the Burning Legion during their first invasion of Azeroth. Silently, these spirits would wander, lamenting their fate, and as time passed they began to resent and hate the living. When the first Lich King Ner'Zhul discovered the existence of these tortured souls, he drafted them into the undead scourge. Promising them vengeance against the living, Ner'Zhul gifted the Banshees with terrible shrieking voices so that the living could finally hear their anguish. With this gift, the Banshees pledged themselves to the scourge. The Banshee ranks were bolstered upon Arthas' invasion of the High Elven homeland of Quel'Thalas, raising elves that fell before the Scourge as new Banshees. The most notable Banshee created around this time was of course Sylvanas. Another more common card suggested were the Meat Wagons, which first made their appearance as sieging units of the undead in Warcraft 3. These rickety contraptions played a key role in fueling the undead war effort. As the Scourge swept through the kingdom of the living, corpses of those they had slain would be piled onto the Meat Wagons. These could be used in many different ways, either as the wagon's ammo for sieging, food to help replenish the undead units, or as corpses to be risen for an assault. A legendary suggestion I'm skeptical that will make it into the game is Thrium the Hope-Ender. This flesh titan used to wander the lands of Zul'Dorak, a creation of the Dark Fallen Prince Navarius. Thrium was stitched together from the corpses of the storm giants local to Northrend. He would traipse up and down Zul'Dorak, swatting down any hero that dare cross his path. The storm giant Gaima, the king of the storm giants, would give heroes a quest to slay Navarius and his misbegotten creation. Though Gaima knew sending the hero to fight Thrium alone would be suicide, so they rode atop his head. The reason I say unlikely is that Thrium has no direct tie to the Frozen Throne, which is the main focus of this expansion. Another legendary suggested, as I write this in fact, is Dar'Khan Drathir. Once a well-respected magister of the High Elves, he would betray his own people, aiding the Scourge in their invasion of Quel'Thalas. Arthas was able to take advantage of Dar'Khan's egotistical personality with the promise of power. Dar'Khan's lust for power landed him in hot water when trying to betray Arthas. The man that would be Lich King swiftly slew the petulant elf. Though Dar'Khan would not stay dead, being risen to serve the Scourge. The elf still lusted after the power of the Sunwell that used to lay in the Elven Kingdom but was now destroyed. However, the well's power was not gone and would coalesce as the human avatar Avina. Dar'Khan would find himself dead yet again after trying to drain the avatar of the well's power. Dar'Khan was resurrected yet again, this time falling to an arrow shot by the Elf Regent Lord Lor'themar Theron. The enchanted arrow caused Dar'Khan to be reduced to dust. Even this did not stop the elf from being risen yet again as commander of the Scourge forces of Deathholm in the Burning Crusade expansion. Pretty sure he's dead now. Again, Dar'Khan isn't directly tied to the Frozen Throne. I don't personally think we'll see him. People also want to see a Murloc Death Knight blizz. It better happen. There is no precedent for Murloc Death Knights in Warcraft lore, but there has been an undead variety known as Murgles. They can only be found in the Howling Fjord region of Northrend along the Chilmere coast. So, there you have it. Some last minute card predictions before we find out more. I'm really looking forward to it. Hope you all are too. If you enjoyed this video, like, share and subscribe to the channel. If you didn't, I don't really care, but there is a dislike button for you. To keep up to date with upcoming videos, just follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Until next time, happy Hearthstoning.